the amount of resources is very vast. I realized that later. I knew that, I thought that if you're able to give the exam, then you'll also be able to enter the.
Did you got the paper earlier or what?
No, I did not. I would say throughout my school journey, 11th, 12th, I was really confused on what I wanted to do. My interview, I do not think my interview went well.
Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. In today's episode of AceIPM, we have Vyomika with us, who is All India rank 40 in IPMAT 2025. Let's see her journey. So Vyomika, why don't you tell us about yourself?
Hi, my name is Vyomika and I'm from PCB background. I scored 98% in class 10th and 97.6% in class 12th, and I'm all India rank 40 in IPMAT' Indore 2025.
So you are from PCB background. We had an interaction earlier. You prepared for a very small duration. How much for?
I started preparing after my boards, so it was 1 month. My boards ended on 3 or 4th April, and the IPMAT exam was on 12th May, so approximately 1 month.
So PCB background, you're from a non-math background. You didn't study math earlier that much. You wrote IPMAT and you got All India rank 40. Yeah, so I'm calculating which multiverse I'm existing right now. But how did you do it? What's the magic spell? How did you know? Did you got the paper earlier or what?
No, I did not.
But anyway, so what was your strategy for preparing?
So half of my strategy was AceIPM and half of it was consistency. I joined the Accelerate batch of AceIPM, and honestly, they provided the amount of resources that I got just from that batch was mind-blowing but also overwhelming. So I realized that I would not be able to cover the entire syllabus of maths in 1 month. It's just not possible. So I had to pick and choose what was I going to do, the part of the syllabus that I was going to cover and what I was not going to cover. So making that decision, realizing how I want to go about it, because the amount of resources is very vast. So I would say that the first thing that you need to do is realize how you want to do it. You need to customize your own path on how you're going to go about it. Even though AceIPM has planned a very specific, I would say, timeline on how they're going to cover, especially the QA topics, how they're going to cover, but I still chose to do it how I wanted to do it. I covered modern maths and subjects like that first, which I had not ever been in contact with, like PNC, probability. So that was the first part that I covered, and then I went on slowly to algebra and stuff like that. So that would be my strategy.
Very, very good recommendation. When you're running out of time, picking up topics which are favorable, which you can complete faster and which are more relevant to your examination is an ideal way of preparing. So that allows you to start attempting mocks as well. So that's the one key learning you can pick it up from. How did you, so I don't know, I'm still under that influence of 1 month cracking examination. You're much smarter than me, I'll be honest with you.
That is not.
No, that is very true if you are cracking an examination that fast. So one more question that I have, with the PCB background, why IPM?
I would say throughout my school journey, 11th, 12th, I was really confused on what I wanted to do. You have the conventional backgrounds, engineering, NEET and stuff like that, but I knew that I wasn't, it didn't satiate all my interests. Don't get me wrong, I do love science, but I knew that there was something more I wanted, something dealing with people, something about more creativity, something I could get something more in the mix. And in my high school, in my 11th and 12th, I was the head girl in 12th, and I was part of my school business also. So those things kind of interested me more, and I realized that this is the path I want to take. And when I discovered about IPM specifically, I realized that it's a very vast, I do have very varied interests. Throughout my school, I discovered that. So I was really interested by the curriculum itself. It's so, you get a taste of everything. And then I hope this decision turns out good.
So in this hustle of being curious which domain you want to enter into, how many or what all other examination that you've written apart from IPMAT?
I started writing exams 12th mid se hi. I had SAT ka paper sabse pehle. Then I gave JEE around January, and then I had a lot of exams throughout my, I did not just want to, because everyone wants to have backups, and because I only had 1 month to prepare, I could not just, I needed to have some backups also. So I gave JEE, I also gave NEET exam, I gave CUET as well, I gave a few other research university exams like IISER and all.
JEE, being a PCB background, but I think PCB people are not eligible for engineering.
I realized that later. I knew that, like, I thought that if you're able to give the exam, then you'll also be able to enter the college. I did not know that in the eligibility, there's this thing that you need to have PCM in your 11th and 12th, so you're +2. So you need to have mathematics.
But I still feel that the fact that you wrote so many examinations, your temperament was improving, and probably that also helped you in IPMAT because you have written so many examinations that D-Day experience reduces gradually, right?
Yeah, that was one thing I experienced. I was not nervous on my day of exam, like not that nervous because I had already given a few exams. I got the hang of it. I knew what to carry, what not to carry, how to go about my day. So it kind of eased me into the process of giving the exam.
Okay, talking about examination, how about how many number of mocks that you've written? What was your mock strategy?
I was able to, but like obviously I was not able to write many mocks, and I was the person that was very scared of mocks because I'm like, I have just started preparing. How do I even write a mock? What will I know in it? So I took at least like 15 days after that I started writing mocks because I knew that at least I need to know something to be able to write a mock, and like what will I write in QA section. So I was able to give, I think, 8 to 10 mocks, if I'm not wrong. That was the amount of mocks I gave, and I was not scoring itna zyada. Like I would say all of them were between 160, 150, 160, and like somewhere, some would go high and I would get very happy, 180, 190 something.
What was your exams?
My exam score was 199, and so that was, I think, my highest score actually, and I got 36 in short answer, 28, barely passed the cutoff in MCQ, and 135 in VA.
Still hats off to the fact that you wrote that examination and cracked it, because I still feel that it's very, very great thing. You're brilliant in terms of attempting the paper itself. It requires a lot of, I feel attempting an IPMAT examination in this limited time, in preparing in this limited time and then attempting it requires a lot of huge temperament to attempt an examination like that, which is brilliant, fabulous. Let's talk about having a score is one thing, preparing for aptitude test is one thing. Interview part is also half of the journey. So how did you went through for your interview preparation?
I would say interview preparation also, again, I started with AceIPM, and interview prep, I did not realize how hard it was going to be because it's like there are so many topics, so many things that you need to cover apart from your, and because I was preparing for IPMAT, I did not have the time in that period to study my 11th and 12th. So I knew that I need to give time to academics also, and then I would need to study GK and stuff like that because I was really bad at GK. So I never even thought that my interview would go like well. So I would say that it took a lot of dedication, and people don't expect that PI you have to do so much, but I would say it was just as hard as the aptitude test. So you need to put in that effort for PI also.
Can you give some snippets about what was your interview day like?
My interview, I do not think my interview went well. Like my interview was in the very last ones, and like I also gave IIM Rohtak interview, and that was very early and it went very good, so I was in high hopes. But on the day of IIM Indore interview, my interview was, I was sitting for 4-5 hours. I was so sleepy by the time that my actual interview came. I was so tired by that time, but I still went in with that confidence, like just, and I was laughing my entire interview, even if I did not know the question. Like, because they asked me about, like, first question was, in my intro, like first they asked me the introduction, and I said just one word, curious. And they picked that up from my introduction and they asked me, oh, you said you're curious? So they asked me a very random question, not academics again. It was something related to aeroplanes, flights. If I start, like, it was like, you are at point A in the, or like Earth May, you are at point A. You start flying, you are going to point B. Is it possible that if I fly at 3 p.m., will I be able to reach at point B before 3 p.m.? And I was like, I was so confused. Ekdam say out of nowhere, such a question. I was like, but I was like, I just started speaking whatever came to my mind, tried to navigate the question, and they kept asking. This was at least, like, this one particular question was 4 or 5 minutes of my interview. They kept asking me back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I wanted to say, can we move to the next question? And like, I wanted to say, I'm not sure about the answer. I will definitely check upon it, but they wanted me to answer. So they tried to help me. So that is also one thing that you can expect. Your panelists are very nice. They want you to answer. They just try to see how you're thinking about it. So
the fact that you're involved is also important. Many people, what they do is they give up.
Yeah.
See, I don't think there is an answer to it. So the simple cue that I can pick it up from here is the time zone difference. That
Yeah.
I am right now flying from here. Right now, probably in India, it's 3 p.m. But I can land in US where the time zone is running 3 hours back, right? So probably in a 3-hour flight, I can be landing in before 3 p.m. in US where it's not 3 p.m. yet. I think that that is the direction they're taking forward, right?
that was similar to what I said. And then like there was a lot of cross questioning also. Then he asked me ki, in commercial planes, it's right now not possible to be able to fly that distance before like the time zone ka difference. Does that make sense? Ki, like it will take you longer to fly than it will take you, like that is the difference between the time zones. So he was asking a lot of questions about that and I was getting very confused, but I still answered whatever I could think of. I was trying to explain my thought process even if I was not able to reach the answer that he was expecting me to.
So you need to understand that these are your professors, and professors look for good students. Students are the one who are very academically curious, people who want to learn and people who want to be involved into your conversations. That's what actually my IIMA professor used to tell me, that in an interviewer we are looking for a good student. We don't look for the smartest ones. We look for people who want to learn a lot. And that's what people, probably the learning you can pick it up from this conversation itself. And during your interview, if you are able to reflect that, probably you are selected almost 95% of the time. So great, Vyomika, learned a lot from this conversation. Just give a few words about how was your experience with AceIPM.
I would say AceIPM kind of was the only reason I think that I got in, as I mentioned, with my consistency. But it genuinely helped me with, like, as I mentioned, the vast amount of resources. They're providing you the number of questions that I just encountered by just watching the videos. And I was able to, because there is so much content. You have previous year videos as well. You have basic conceptual videos as well. And then you have the marathons as well. So you can really choose what you want to do. And I knew that I was not going to be able to do everything. I cannot watch every video. So you need to choose how you're going to go about it. I also knew that live videos I could not. Like, I could not attend live classes because I did not have the time to attend live classes. So I knew that I'll watch recorded videos. So these kind of decisions, when you make, they are perfect. And especially with AceIPM, your journey will be very easy. You just need to plan it.
Thank you so much. Thank you that you were one of our students, because I get to interact with students like you and I get to learn a lot from each one of you. So I think this is it. Any advice that you would like to give? So I want you to give two advices. First is, let's say you had the chance to start a little early because you had a different strategy given the timeline. Imagine that you are having 6 months in the hand, or 5 months. Probably this video is coming in July, August or September, right? So if you are having more than 7-8 months, how are you going to prepare? That's the first advice. What would be your way of preparing? Second would be, if you are having a limited time, I think you have given few cues around it, but still, if you had a limited time and you want to relive or want to redesign that particular days, how would that be? So give advices on both.
Firstly, I would say cover the entire syllabus then, because I was not able to. So if I had more amount of time, I would cover the entire syllabus. I would try to give more mocks, analyze them better, because I did not have the time to analyze them. Secondly, I would say, even though I had very little time, I still try to maintain a register, my notes for QA, which you do not expect many people to. But honestly, I knew that my memory is not that good, and just learning these concepts, a lot of it is new to me. So I need to go back and forth. And I revised at least 2 or 3 times. Even in that 1 month, I revised all the concepts at least 2 or 3 times. So I would say that is a must, like at least for me. So you need to realize what you have to do in order to maximize your experience. So that would be my advice.
What about limited timeline? Let's say you've already highlighted about it, but let's say you got a chance to again prepare for just 1 month. Anything different would you do? Or same, almost same?
I would say almost same. Just try to cover even more syllabus if I could. And I would say focus a little bit more on VA, because with QA, I did not have the time to focus on VA, even though I was able to get a good score out of it. But still, I think that if you put in more effort, you'll reap.
Probably a balanced effort to QA and VA. Both, and you highlighting your strengths and weaknesses is also important. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, in case you're wondering that how to get a or what a great rank in such a limited timeline, you can check our courses. We will be coming out with batches ahead. We are starting with our new freshers and droppers batch. You can check that. That's it. Thank you guys. Thank you everyone. Subscribe. Bye.
Ready to ace IPM? Get started by going on aceipm.com, and over there you'll see a free counseling button. You need to click on that and enter all your details so that one of your future seniors can get in touch with you and clarify all your queries about IPM and AceIPM. Thank you.